Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Botch TV, and I'm here with my WWE 2K23 sliders video. So, I waited a couple months and a couple of patches, couple of DLCs to do this because I wanted to make sure that with the patches that the AI wasn't really changed much, or I changed my sliders accordingly in case they improved anything. So that's why I've waited till now to do my sliders. These are the player versus AI sliders. So these are for the people who want to play their matches. I play my matches in universe mode, and I have these sliders the way that I have them because I want to be able to tell the stories that I want to tell. It's not necessarily a sliders video where it's going to show you how to make the game easier or harder or whatever. These are just a more simulation style feel to your matches as you play them. Now, these sliders aren't going to be a miracle worker. You're going to have to adjust them accordingly, but that's to be expected. So first, you're going to go to the gameplay settings, and you're going to have it on legendary difficulty. This is the most realistic difficulty you can have for my sliders here. These are what work the best for my slider settings. You go to weight detection and you go to simulation. Timed pin minigame. We'll get into the settings of those later on. I have the held input for minigames because I hate the button mashing. I don't like it. It's not fun at all. I have rope break automatic on. That's when, the rope automatically, it's a rope break because the foot's under the rope or somebody's hand is under the rope. So it automatically breaks the pin count for you. You can have this off if you want to. Everything else is personal preference. I have auto reversal for ground attacks off. You're going to want that off because otherwise it's just going to reverse ground attacks for you. Everything else, personal preference. I like to have my blood on, so everything else is personal preference after that. I like to have my Superstar HUD off because it creates the more realistic sort of feel for a show. And all my HUD stuff, I like to have off. Display referee counts off, all of this stuff, just to create a more realistic sort of feel to my show. And now here, this is where we get to the sliders. So these are the game balancing. Sorry about that, allergies. These are the game balancing sliders here. I have pretty much everything set to 65 except for the finisher reversal rate. I have found that these are the best settings. And I'm the type of guy where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So there's no point in me fixing any of this stuff. So I didn't. So pretty much all of these are 65 all across the board. The entrance run-ins, I'm not really sure what these do. I don't know if it amplifies the probability of AI running in or whatever the case is. I really don't know what these do. I just have them set to 0 because I don't want random stuff happening. I think this is for exhibition. I'm not really sure. Because run-ins don't happen in universe mode unless you do like a cutscene or something, I think now. So it doesn't really matter. Referee downtime I have set to 100 because I want the referee to sell more. Selling is such a big part of this game, and a lot of people want like better selling animations. I myself want that too as well. I want the AI and the character that you're controlling to not get up as quick. And there definitely needs to be more improvements to that, and I hope next game they improve on that. I just keep hoping that, the game just gets better and some of the mechanics get better, Can't hurt to hope for something better, So I have it to set to 100. Basic reversal windows, these are how long you have to click the triangle button and the Y button on Xbox to reverse everything. I have it set to 70 because I like giving myself a little bit of that time, because sometimes I feel like I reverse things and the game just doesn't register them. So I like having that extra cushion. If you want to make it a little bit difficult for yourself, you can reduce these if you want to. All of these reversal windows you can reduce. Stamina costs I left to 50. I just felt like it was fine the way it was last year when I did 22, so I didn't really change any of that. Stamina recovery rate I have set to 30. This is how fast you're going to recover stamina. I like to show fatigue in a match. I want to show wear and tear in a match. And to have superstars be tired and kind of lethargic as the match progresses and goes on is a really nice thing. And I like how the fatigue system is, where they kind of run, like they have like the weird run animation because they're tired and stuff like that. So I kind of like having that, so that's why I have it set to 30. Stun recovery rate, this is how much you're gonna, how long it's gonna take for you to recover in a stun state, hence the name, stun recovery rate. Rollout frequency, now this affects multi-man matches, multi-person matches. This is how much the AI or yourself is going to roll out of a match. I have it set to 35 because I've always hated the rollout animation. I'm not going to lie. I always feel like it takes away from a match more than it actually helps tell a story. So I have this set to 35. I believe that's what I had it set to on 22. And it's been really helpful for me. The rollout duration, this is how long you're going to be in that stun state on the outside, on the floor after a rollout has occurred, and I like to have that set to 70. Stun gain and stun duration. So stun gain is how fast it is going to be for you to get stunned. Now, some of you may think, why is the number so high? Well, because I don't want it to seem like I don't ever get stunned, or the AI doesn't ever get stunned, but I also don't want it to be too easy. So I found a happy medium, maybe a couple punches, a couple of big moves, and you get stunned. Like a signature is a big move, a finisher is a big move, so of course somebody's going to be stunned. And the duration is how long they'll remain in that stun state. Also, when you're stunned, you can't reverse, so it gives me time to set up let's say a corner finisher or something. The vitality regen rate and the vitality regen cooldown, this has to do with your health. Now, a lot of you in 2K22 had told me that in the comments that somebody's kicking out of 3 RKOs. Why is someone kicking out of 3 RKOs? Well, this is why. It's because as you are in the match, if the AI doesn't take damage for a while, they'll regenerate health. If you don't take damage for a while, you'll regenerate health. And the slightest sliver of health may be enough to get a person to kick out. Also, another good tip, while I have you guys here on this, is that if you don't have resiliency payback on for the AI, it makes it less likely for them to kick out of a finisher like 2 or 3 times. Also, another tip as well, you can press down on the D-pad to make the AI kick out. So if you want a match to last longer, but you want that drama of a kick out still, you can have it by pressing down on the D-pad. I do that all the time. Difficulty damage scaling for the AI. This is how much the AI is going to damage you per move. So the higher it is, the more health is going to be taken away. The reason why I have it so low is because I want my matches to last longer. With me playing the AI, I don't want them to be doing a suplex and take half of my health away. So I have it set to 20. The drag escape difficulty and the carry escape difficulty is set to 30. These are the mini games. So how hard you have to hold or press B to escape and the minigame and gain the upper hand. Targeting, pretty much I have all of that set to manual and on. Now, the pin difficulty settings, this is where things get a little crazy. So, as you can see here, the player settings are for you. So, we're going to pay attention to that. So, the first count lock after finisher. This is pretty simple. This means that in the timed minigame, you cannot kick out until the referee says 1, and then you can kick out. Once the referee says 1, the AI is able to kick out, and you are able to kick out. So there's no such thing as 0.5 counts or 0 counts. You know how like, you can kick out before the count of 1. With that on, you aren't able to do that. So it creates a little bit of realism there. So all of these influences, this has to do with how difficult it is to kick out of a pin after a finisher has been hit on you. So, for example, the recent finisher influence is right when you hit a finisher. So, for example, if I'm John Cena and I hit the AA, the attitude adjustment, on somebody, and I pin them right away, like right after, that is what the recent finisher influence slider is how difficult it is to kick out of that. I have all of these set to 30 because I want to be able to kick out at any time I want to, because that's the thing. If you're controlling a match, you can make a match last longer. You can kick out on purpose, or not kick out on purpose. You can do whatever you want because you're controlling the player. So you can do whatever you want. I just like to make it a little bit easier for myself, just so that when I'm doing my show, I can do a little bit more drama. I can be able to really kick out as much as I want if I want to. Because I'm playing the match, so you guys aren't going to be able to tell if I'm kicking out on purpose or on accident anyhow. So I like to be able to create that little bit of breathing room to be able to kick out whenever I want to. Signature influence is the same way that it's the same thing that I just said with the finisher. So this is after 1 signature, 2 signatures, 3 signatures, 1 finisher's hit on you, two finishers hit on you, 3 finishers are hit on you. So that's what these are. Previous finisher influence, that's 2 finishers, 3 finishers, 4, so on and so forth. I will leave a link down in the description to Smack Talk's video. He goes in depth on these sliders and what they mean, and he gives you like a visual representation. He does such a great job with his content. I'll leave you a video down in there so that you guys can get more of a visual representation of what you're actually changing. And then for the AI, I just left them at 50. The time pin minigame. Now this is where things get a little nuts even more. And the easy pin flag speed and the flag speed for each of these settings, this is how fast the little white thing, the little white like slash in the time pin minigame is going to move. And that is the white slash that you have to line up with the red bar to kick out. You can press A or flick the right stick up to kick out as part of the time minigame. So the more you have it up, the faster it's going to be. I have it set to 15. I tried like 20, 30, whatever the case was, and I found that 15 was the right one. The kick out zone size. So this is how big the zone is going to be, how big the red bar is going to be for you to kick out. So the bigger the number, the bigger the bar, the smaller the number, the smaller the bar. So for an easy pin, so this is after like a simple move, like a suplex or something, or a slam or something, like a regular move. So I have that set to 70 because obviously you're not really gonna be. It's not really gonna be that difficult to kick out of a pin if somebody just suplexed you. If nobody hit like a signature on you or anything like that, then it's not really gonna be that difficult. So I have that set to 70. Moderate is like a signature, so I have that set to 80. Difficult, I have it set to 80. Again, this is just so that I have the opportunity to kick out. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to make the game easy or whatever the case is. I'm trying to tell a story. So, I can easily screw up on purpose or do whatever I want. I just have these settings the way that they are just so that I'm able to do whatever I want to do. And then, for the kick out zone speed, so as you may have seen in the new timed pin minigame, the red bar moves. Some of you don't like that. I don't like it either. I liked the regular 2K22 timed pin minigame system. And that is exactly why I reduced all of these to 0. So if you reduce all of these to 0, it basically reverts back to the old WWE 2K22 timed pin minigame system, where you just have to focus on lining up that little white slash with the red bar instead of having to time it with the moving red bar. So I have that set to 0 on all 3 of these. The pin minigame, I didn't really do anything because I haven't really noticed much of a difference. So all of these are default at 50. I didn't really do anything to them at all, just because I haven't really noticed much of a change. So, and I don't really do submissions in this game, because submissions are kind of whack in this game, so I don't really do submissions. So, I'll quickly go through them again. I'll go through the balancing first, so that you guys can get these. Feel free to pause the video if you need to. And those are my sliders for WWE 2K23. Hopefully this helped you in any way. Let me know what you guys changed in the comment section below. I hope this really gives you an idea as to how I do my shows and how I do my matches. Let me know how these sliders work out for you guys. Again, this is for player versus AI. I'm not sure how these sliders do against AI versus AI. So feel free to test them out, but these are for player versus AI. So thank you guys so much for all your support with all the wrestling content and all the amazing content that we have here on the channel, and I will catch you guys on the next one.